I'm running because I have a strong belief that we need leadership and vision, not only in the mayor's chair, but at the council table as well. I also believe we're at a turning point in the city, a major intersection, if you will, in our journey into the future in our beautiful city. We can choose status quo, which is not good enough. We are already beginning to slip backwards rather than moving forward. Our population lack of increase, I guess, it remains at a relative standstill. Our businesses state they feel jeopardized in a climate that does not feel open or welcome. We lack enough higher paying jobs to raise a family, for people to raise a family and have a good quality of life here in Medicine Hat. So we often lose our promising young people and their skills in building our city for the future. Our cherished legacy and advantage in owning our own energy is at risk, in my view, and strong strategic critical analysis and leadership is vital and imperative. Now, I am not saying the sky is falling. What I do know is that in the absence of a clear shared vision and strong leadership from the entire council, our future does not look nearly as bright as we want or deserve it to be. We can choose to have our city stand still. I choose full steam ahead. Now, just as I believe our council needs new ideas and perspectives, I also know a balance of those new ideas and experience are necessary. The best decisions are molded and shaped by a number of diverse viewpoints. We are on the cusp of making some major decision points that are critical in shaping the successful long-term future and vibrancy of Medicine Hat that I love. And I have no personal agenda. I will represent the people of Medicine Hat at all times in what I believe is in the best interests of the long-term future of our wonderful city. I guess I could tell you that I bring a unique balance of perspectives that blended together offer a slightly different gift than some of the other candidates. Everyone brings their own gift, there's no question about it. Mine would be that I have a tremendous background of experience and knowledge and skill in working in the community. I am a community development officer by profession, and I'm a community builder by nature. That relationship building skill, that ability to build consensus, build team, help a group find a collective vision and move forward is part of what I have done for years, and I can offer that to a new council. As well, I'm one of those people that believes very strongly in people of quality of life, always will. But I can also tell you that I believe just as strongly in having a strong, vibrant economic sector, because if they don't coexist, neither one will be true. They're interlinked. You cannot have one without the other. We can't have a safe, vibrant, healthy, sustainable community if we don't have a strong economy and we don't have strong quality of life that underpins that. So I think that I bring that experience. I bring a lot of knowledge and skill and training in terms of governance and consensus building and building collaborations and partnerships as well. And that also is something somewhat unique to some of the candidates. So I think I bring you a bit of a mixing bowl full of abilities. The biggest issue facing Medicine Hat, I struggled with this question because I see, and I won't call them issues, I see a number of things facing Medicine Hat that I think are extremely important in this next 4 years. I said earlier, we are at a turning point, and I believe that. We're at an intersection in the road, if you will, a fork in the road, where we either choose to go full steam forward or else we stay a little bit like we always were. And I think we have to go full steam forward, and that requires some very serious, critical, strategic thinking about what the future holds and then developing the strategies and setting the priorities to moving us there. One of the things that I believe we need to be stronger in is to have an actual strategic plan that outlines a collective vision, and when I say collective, I mean the citizens and the council. A collective vision that sets the path or the journey for us to move forward together. And that collective vision would be based on a number of important pillars. And I'll talk about that briefly in a moment. The other thing is I see our energy holdings also at an intersection in time. We are currently using our energy in the ground. We have not replaced any for some time. We have embarked on the oil business to limited, at best, success. And those aren't meant as criticisms, but what I can say is this: I don't see, again, a strong strategic plan that outlines what our position in that business will be in the long term, and that being to benefit the people of Medicine Hat who own that energy. What are we going to do? What are our strategies going to be to move us forward with energy? Most recently, I've seen that our costs to produce are much higher than the private sector. We need to analyze that. So this is, again, not a criticism, but it's a turning point where we have to make some strong strategic decisions going forward. I believe strongly in equality of life, in good quality of life, as I said before, a safe community, fiscal responsibility. My last one that I'll speak about briefly is that there's a lot of emphasis this time on economic development, and I see that it is extremely important. There's so many things that we need to look at. We need to take a new, fresh view at how we involve the city in economic development and what that looks like. We need to make sure that businesses feel welcome and that their journey into our city is paved with success, and the answer being yes, rather than pitfalls and obstacles standing in their way. There is big business, there's small business. We need it all. We need something for all people. And so I'm extremely hopeful about a new look at a welcoming, open, and enhanced business climate. I want our infrastructure to stay sound. I would like strong public and youth engagement. Young families are going to be where we all are now. We need those young families for our success. My favorite memory from my youth. Well, two things maybe. One, when I was little, my mom and dad built a cabin at Buffalo Lake. My home. I am a native Albertan from Stettler, Alberta, and they built a cabin at Buffalo Lake. There were about 4 people, and they all built cabins on a bay at the lake, waterfront property, and they all built them together. And I remember those days all summer living at Buffalo Lake. And when I say cabin, I mean cabin, by the way. I don't mean a beautiful summer home. It indeed was a cabin. Those days are precious to me, as well as watching my parents be involved in their own community, where I think I learned my love of serving the community was from them. My father was a business owner and very committed to the people of Medicine Hat. I learned things like buy local, no matter what. I learned things like support your community in any way you can, become involved in the service groups, do what you can to be involved in things that give back to people, because that community is where you live and grow and flourish as well. So I really remember those things about my youth, and they have carried me to where I am today because I share those same values.